When British commentator Dan Wootton opened his latest segment with the words, "This was the birthday bash that exposed it all," viewers knew it wouldn't be a diplomatic take. What followed was an unrelenting takedown of Meghan Markle's alleged royal-style birthday celebration, complete with what he called the worst cookies ever, and a guest list that read more like a celebrity crisis PR firm than a genuine family gathering. But Wootton's issue wasn't just with the confectionery. It was with what he sees as the calculated manipulation behind the entire event. For him, it wasn't a celebration. It was another glossy, tone-deaf attempt to rewrite her public image, and the critics were having none of it. According to Wootton, what should have been a humble birthday moment turned into a disastrous exercise in self-promotion. This wasn't about gratitude or family, he said. It was about optics, curated, filtered, and utterly out of touch. The event was reportedly filled with branded treats, a professional camera crew, and luxury decor that clashed with Meghan's long-touted values of authenticity and humanitarianism. More damning was the absence of any real connection with the royal family, despite her past insistence on being the misunderstood party. Not a single senior royal was present, not even via video message. Even estranged siblings or childhood friends were nowhere to be seen. It wasn't a party, it was a performance. Yes, Wootton mentioned the cookies, and not just in jest. He zeroed in on them as the perfect metaphor for the entire event. Beautifully decorated, gluten-free, and utterly tasteless. These custom-made confections, stamped with Meghan's own crest and wrapped in silk ribbon, were apparently served to guests with a note thanking them for supporting a journey of self-realization and truth. For Wootton, the irony was staggering. "You can't slap your personal brand on a sugar cookie and call it healing," he said. "That's not growth, that's marketing." His critique wasn't about baking. It was about the artificial nature of an event trying so hard to feel personal while oozing staged sincerity. While Prince Harry did attend, reportedly quiet and withdrawn, the rest of the guest list read like a Hollywood networking lunch. A smattering of lesser-known actors, 2 lifestyle influencers, a podcast host who recently signed with Spotify, and a spiritual healer from Santa Barbara. No longtime friends from her Suits days. No Doria's close relatives. And certainly no sign of the Wales family, despite Prince William and Kate's recent olive branch gestures. Wootton's take? This wasn't a birthday, it was a casting call. His sources claim the guest list was intentionally curated to control the narrative. A group unlikely to leak real stories, but very willing to post glowing Instagram tributes. Adding fuel to the fire was the timing. The celebration took place just days after the royals celebrated Princess Charlotte's birthday, an event Meghan and Harry were notably absent from. For Wootton and others, it felt like a blatant attempt to overshadow the young royals' day with a glitzy PR distraction. If you're truly turning a new leaf and seeking peace, you don't schedule your red carpet moment to coincide with a child's birthday, Wootton thundered. Came off less as coincidence and more as calculated disruption. Social media didn't stay quiet. Even longtime Sussex supporters found themselves questioning the purpose of the event. Tweets described it as tone-deaf, manufactured, and the party no one actually wanted to attend. Influencer posts, which usually praise Meghan's grace and style, were unusually muted or overly generic. And tabloid columnists were quick to point out how out of touch it all felt against the backdrop of global unrest and domestic challenges faced by many. In a time where the public seeks substance, not style, Meghan's event became a textbook example of everything people are growing tired of. Privilege cloaked as empowerment, PR masquerading as purpose. Wootton didn't mince words in his closing remarks. You can drape it in silk, scent it with roses, and slap a Duchess label on it, but it doesn't make it genuine. This birthday celebration was a disaster, not because of cakes or candles, but because it revealed a woman still trapped in her own narrative echo chamber. He concluded by warning that moments like these are exactly why Meghan's Hollywood comeback is stalling and why her credibility, both as a public figure and as a so-called truth-teller, continues to crumble. For Meghan Markle, birthdays may be about candles and curated captions, but for critics like Dan Wootton, there's something more, a litmus test for sincerity. And if this latest event was meant to reintroduce Meghan as relatable and renewed, it's safe to say it backfired. Not because people are cruel, but because they're tired of the same glossy playbook. The worst cookies ever? Maybe. But they were only the beginning of a much larger failure.